Hello everyone. In the early 1950s, America saw a significant increase in the demand for instant cake mixes. Many of the major companies like General Mills, Pillsbury were competing with each other to come up with the perfect cake mix. They wanted to ensure that the cake process is made as easy as possible. This is because back in the days, in order to bake a cake at home, mothers would have to go through a very big process and it could easily take them most of the day. Even after spending most of the day, sometimes the cake may not come out right. This would lead to a lot of frustrations. Taking all of these into account, General Mills and the other companies worked on making sure that the cake came out perfectly well almost all the time. They also removed all the work needed by the mothers, and even the total process time was reduced significantly. After perfecting the recipe, General Mills used a fictitious character named Betty Crocker to advertise the new instant cake mix. It said, "Just add water and stir." The product eventually got released to the markets. General Mills thought this would be a major breakthrough for their businesses. But to everyone's surprise, the sales did not go well. This was not just the case with General Mills, but for the other companies as well. To understand more on what went wrong, they hired a research analyst. The analyst found absolutely no problem with the recipe itself. He then went on to get feedback from many of the mothers who used the product. To his and everyone's surprise, he learned that the very simplicity of the process, just add water and stir, made the mothers feel less involved with the whole process. There was not enough work involved. In order to enjoy the emotional rewards of presenting a homemade cake, they had to be persuaded that they had really baked it, and such an illusion was impossible to maintain if they did virtually nothing. The analyst understood the real problem. He then went back to General Mills and advised them to leave the mothers something to do. For instance, add the eggs or add the cream whenever they made a cake from the mix. General Mills released a new product where they intentionally left out a few steps to make it a bit harder, like adding eggs, adding creams, and so on. The sales skyrocketed. The product became an instant hit in the market. This is how, in spite of making everything right, sometimes we have to understand the emotions of the people who do the work. And this is the same strategy used by the world's largest furniture company, IKEA. But that's a story for another video.